Hey, what's going on, everybody? Making this video about Sasquatch on TV and all the Bigfoot TV shows that are coming out lately. I admit most of them are pretty bogus. Sometimes they're a bit interesting to watch. But, you know, it got me even thinking about reality TV in general and how it kind of started out with, if you recall, MTV's The Real World back in the 90s. That was like the first reality TV show. And I mean, even back then it was totally influenced by producers. But I think if you look at reality TV back then from when it started to reality TV today, you can see a huge influence in the producers, and in fact it's anything but reality TV. Reality TV is more like unreality TV, and they're using it to influence the public in a major way by these real-life scenarios that are actually scripted and planned out and influenced by this outside force that's behind the camera and behind the paycheck that you don't actually get to see. That being said, I just wanted to consider this aspect. If you and thanks to Sasquatch Chronicles and everybody else, Linda Moulton Howe, who got this information out. But I'm referencing the Miller document, and what this man says in this document, if you're not familiar, among other things, is that there's various kinds of Sasquatch. He studied them, and that he was advocating for not only placement of habitat, like reserved habitat for them, i.e. possibly the national parks and all this land that's being reserved for possible Sasquatch habituation and living area and stuff, but also there's also this aspect of the release of the information about Sasquatch to the public in due time, and this was written back in the 50s or 60s, and you find with like the freedom of information releases and some of these confidentiality top secret things, they become publicly known after 65 years, 70 years. They give it all this time for the lifetime of the people involved to be played out and for these people to be able to pass on before the information becomes public, so that they're not scrutinized in their old age for things that they did throughout their lifetime and such. So it would only make sense that this man's writing about these times where this information is going to be released to the public. So it's just an interesting coincidence here. We've got all these TV shows coming out at the same time that supposedly this information is to be released to the public. And I was been meaning to make this video, but I was just watching the disclosure of Melba Ketchum and Adrian Erickson here, and he was talking about Mr. Erickson, and he spent a lot of money in the pursuit of proving the Sasquatch is real through this DNA genome project, but I won't go into that. But whether or not you agree with it or not, or what you've heard, or if you've been influenced one way or the other about this, the point is he's saying in this testimony that they wanted him to do a reality TV show about this information. He documented a mother and a daughter Sasquatch over 4 years, and all this that I don't really know about it. He just alluded to it. But the point is, he wanted to release this information. He was talking to the right people because he had enough money to get to the people, and they said, okay, let's do a reality TV show. And then it's like the light bulb goes off in your head. Okay, they want you to do a reality TV show about Bigfoot constantly. You want to prove it? You want to kill Bigfoot and shoot one? This guy's got a new TV show about that. Look at Finding Bigfoot. Now, that brings me to the point of the BFRO and how on Finding Bigfoot, they're pretty much making a mockery of Sasquatch. You got Cliff and Renee out there. I mean, these people seem like agents of deception to me, and I'm being totally legitimate and honest because it's happened within the 9/11 truth movement, and I've seen it where the government is covering up things, and this is what they do. They send in these double agents. Look at Timothy Leary. He was like the acid king. He was a CIA agent. He was out there spreading out narcotics, illegal drugs that make you go crazy, and he's working for the government. So they have people that'll infiltrate your movement and then set you up. It's happened. The FBI does it. I mean, it's factual. You research it, you can find out. But you don't want to think, oh, it couldn't happen in the Sasquatch community, but it actually could, because the cat is getting out of the bag right now, okay? People are learning about Sasquatch at an alarming rate, and they're going out and they want to know. But no, they're not really learning about it on the TV per se, they're learning about it on the internet, which another, well, let me just mention this about the BFRO and witness denial. Not only are Cliff and Renee out there doing this, on TV, it looks bad, it's disgusting. You shouldn't be associated with it, whoever you are that's on the show, Bobo and Matt Moneymaker. I mean, Matt Moneymaker's got to be involved in it too, because people constantly say in like the Sasquatch Chronicles podcast and other witness testimonies that I listen to on the internet, if you know, and I've listened to hundreds, I'm sure you have too. They say that the BFRO will like deny certain aspects of your experiences, certain aspects of your sighting. Oh, are you sure that happened? I don't know. It could have been this. Maybe that's not true. Maybe you're just thinking this. And there's people that have psychic Sasquatch phenomenon. I mean, just paranormal kind of things happening associated with the Sasquatch, and that's just poo-pooed, hushed, swept under the rug, etc. So you got that aspect of it. Let's see, where did I want to go with this? Oh yeah, it was... Now, I just saw, there's a video I watched the other day. It was called Proof of Bigfoot or something like that. And I clicked on it. It was a Les Stroud clip. And it was him and Todd standing. And they were up in the forest and they were looking at a tree structure. And I thought, now this is it. Why does Finding Bigfoot never actually show tree structure evidence, tree bend evidence, kill evidence, you know, the things that we see looking on the internet that we think, wow, this is legit. This is Sasquatch activity. It's recent. It doesn't need to be a footprint, and it doesn't need to be a video of a Sasquatch, but this is potential evidence that they're here. And you don't see that on the TV. And credit to Les Stroud and Todd Standing for getting out there and documenting this stuff and showing it to the people, okay? Because this is important. Get to the point where you start thinking, is the BFRO have something to do with the cover-up, maybe? I don't know. Survivor Man Bigfoot, I'm giving the guy a lot of credit. He's Les Stroud. He's got apples disappearing. There's a couple supposed captures, 2 or 3, of Sasquatch in his videos that they found, and you know, after the fact, watching it, and all of a sudden, oh my God, is that a Sasquatch in the clip? And you got to look those videos up. They're pretty amazing, and they seem legit. So that's very interesting. You get this whole timeliness though with the TV shows coming out and the supposed release of the information about Sasquatch, and then because it's getting out the bag, you got a subsequent cover up by the Department of the Interior, by the government, by whoever's involved in this aspect, which even goes into, I wasn't even going to bring this up. I don't even have this written down in my notes. The revelations from Nathan Rio recently from Utah about the harassment that he's received, claiming his wife's been, you know, followed, just all this harassment that he's received from his work with the Sasquatch. And I'll tell you, it's real. I've experienced electronic harassment myself via YouTube, via email. I've had emails sent to my contacts, supposedly from me, that I don't even know what they were, that hurt relationships of mine. I mean, legitimate, like, hacking of my emails. I've been warned, hey, somebody tried to get in your account from Brazil, this and that. You need to get a new security password. You know, all this stuff. It's happened numerous times to me. I mean, I'm not even going to go into it. But I'm telling you, through 9/11 Truth and through some of the stuff that you get involved in advocating for the truth and working against the cover-up, you can get some backlash for it. It's factual. It happens. And it's happening in the Sasquatch community. Enough said on that for the moment. Let's see. I didn't watch TV for 15 years. Got married. My wife's got the TV on for the kid. I'm flipping through the channels looking for stuff. I see the show the other day, Yeti or Not. I'm like, this might be cool. Like a 2-hour program. I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be a good documentary about Yeti. I get about 10-15 minutes into it, and boom, they've already surmised that the Yeti's a bear, and they're working on this angle hard. It's a bear. It's a bear. It's a bear. We're looking for this bear. It's a polar bear hybrid. It's out of control. It mutated. And I'm like, this is fucking bogus. I know there's a Himalayan legend that says it's half man, half bear. I don't know. I'm watching the Melba Ketchum DNA thing right now. It's 2.5 hours long. I'm in the middle of it. She's saying there's a lot of animal sequencing. It's looking like this creature has been created with human DNA, with animal DNA to create something. And also in the Miller document it cites there's many different kinds. There's at least a few different kinds, and I think with all the sighting reports and all the witnesses and everything we see, there's many different kinds of Sasquatch. Hands down. I mean, Kuwoni Lapsaritis, who I'll bring up, he mentions the Sasquatch people, he mentions the ancient ones. You know, there's different ones. You get the Sasquatch Chronicles, Wes, you get Duke. They're talking about is it the Genesqua? Those mountain giants with the teeth coming out of the bottom of their jaw. That's very interesting. That's another aspect of this. Are those the Nephilim? Are those descendants of the Nephilim? Are those giants? Are those human giants from the Bible? That, I think, is a possibility. I'm not going to get into the Nephilim aspect, but I should make a video about that because I got a lot to say about that. Another show I watched, the Bigfoot Gene. Okay, I'm like, oh yeah, what's that? I turn it on. It's just about people getting tall. It's got nothing to do with Bigfoot. They're just using this linguistics to attract people or to skew information, or oh yeah, Bigfoot, it's nothing. You know what I mean? They're trying to confuse you. They're not trying to help you get to a clear conclusion about this information on the TV. So it's interesting. Credit to Les Stroud for actually being out there. Credit to Todd Standing for actually being out there and doing that and trying to get... And in fact, I think that video that Todd Standing took of the Sasquatch running like across and then up just real quickly on that very steep slope when they're breathing hard, I think that was taken with Les Stroud. I'm not sure. That was alluded to on a clip I saw the other day. They said when Todd went out with Les and took that video and they showed it, and I went, oh, that was always just a Todd Standing credit that people want to dismiss. But when you put Les Stroud in the mix, it gives it a little bit of floatability, credibility. You know what I mean? So anyway, I don't know about the supposed hoax videos. Those don't look real. But I could go into the whole aspect of people who really are legitimate Sasquatch experiencers who are caught hoaxing, where I see potentially two of these individuals who could be very groundbreaking in the revelations that they could bring to the table, but immediately they're doing a hoax. And I'm like, are they being paid for this? It would sure be hard to say no when you're out there Sasquatching so hard for free on your own dime, and somebody wants to cut you a $75,000 check. You might say, yeah, I'll do a hoax. You know, I mean, I'm just putting it out there. Is somebody paying off people to do hoaxes? And I'm talking about Rick Dyer and Todd Standing. Is it possible? I got a 20-minute video on the Rick Dyer thing where he shot the camper video. It's a legitimate Sasquatch video, and then you got actually Rick Dyer out with Morgan Matthews shooting the pardon my redundancy, filming the Shooting Bigfoot documentary, which was like a mockumentary because it was three different characters there. They're following three different individuals, three different groups, and they're kind of making a mockery of them all, except Rick Dyer's out there, and he actually ends up blasting one of these things, I think, and then the cover-up ensues. And then everybody's getting on the bandwagon and jumping on Bigfoot, and, oh, he's a hoaxer, this and that, and it's like, wait a minute. What about the legitimacy to all this? It's a very complex case. You guys aren't very good detectives, quite frankly. If you're just so quick to come to a conclusion, you're not seeing the whole picture here. So there's a lot to be said about this. Let me just look at my notes right here and see if I can find anything else that I wanted to talk about. You know, that's pretty much it, but it seems like that's how they're releasing Bigfoot to the public. It's not with some factual news broadcast that says, oh yeah, Bigfoot's real. It finally is real. Yup, it's in Taiwan. They got it in the zoo. Yup, everybody can see it. Get your tickets now. No, it's not happening like that. Bigfoot's not going to be in the zoo, okay? You're not going to find about it on the news. You got to go out there and experience Bigfoot for yourself. But what they're doing right now is releasing this information to us slowly. And in fact, they're able to control the information then. They put a little out and just a little on the table, and then boom, they cover it with their own hand. And then they let you look at it, but they're in control of it. And this is what they're doing. With every little TV show, with every little episode, they're keeping you just chomping at the carrot, a little bit more, but you never really get to a clear conclusion. And then you got people like Barack and that ugly Butch Dyke Renee looking dude thing just out there just I don't know, I don't think you saw what you saw, and it's very insulting, and I can't believe people would watch that garbage. It needs to be boycotted, and the BFRO actually needs to be reprimanded for those activities. That's disgusting. So anyway, take care. Think about it. The release of Bigfoot is on TV. Bigfoot is being told that it's real to you every day, but it's also being told that it's not real, so you have to judge for yourself. So judge for yourself. Enjoy.
Love.